Hello everyone, welcome to the second class of CSET. As you know that we have started with the first class, the basic introduction of the CSET, and now we are moving to the that is second class of CSET, which is formally a first class, that is actual lecture to be taken in the class. Okay, so the topic of discussion today would be a number system. So in the last class we have discussed one thing before, we have understood that in the CSET paper there would be a two things used to come, like we have a mathematics that we have discussed. We will not say mathematics as mathematics, we'll say as a quantitative aptitude. Okay, then later we have to we have a reasoning, and then we have a comprehension part. Okay, then we have a comprehension part. So we have a three section in the CSET, and in these three section, we'll start first with the mathematics part. So I'll say in these three sections, the easiest section would be basically a reasoning and English, but the mathematics, the quantitative aptitude is we need a time to prepare for this context. Okay, so for mathematics section, we will take a specially will take a classes, and will taking a enough time to so that we can cover this topic a very standard way. Okay, so in the mathematics section, if I'll say in mathematics section, you will be seeing a 25 35 to 40 questions. Okay, so you will be seeing a 35 to 40 question, and out of these 35 to 40 question, I'll say around 7 to 8 question talking about in UPSC 2023, even in 2026 also, 25. These 3 year we have seen around 35 to 40 question, in which number system has around 7 to 8 question. Okay, so like in the 23, 25 and 26, particularly in these 3 years we have seen almost 7 to 8 question from the number system. So you have understood how the important the topic is for you for this. Okay, so and the reason why we are taking the number system, because number system is the crux of the, I'll say, if they are asking 35 question from the quantity aptitude, so you will be able to get it out of 35. If 8 question, that is 8 for the 32. So around, I'm saying 25% or 30% the weightage would be in number system is taking in quantitative aptitude syllabus. Okay, so we will be starting with the number system. Okay, so what is number system? In the, if we able to understand in school also, we have understood, we have learned this thing in our school also. The number system is basically a number. We have to play with the numbers. Okay, so we have to play with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the numbers, and we have to play with these numbers. Okay, so there, before starting, we have to I just make you aware about some basic context related to number system. Then we'll solve some questions also. First, we'll have a concept with the number system. Then we'll start some basic question of the number system. Then I'll also categorize for you how the questions has been asked in the recent trends of the previous question of the UPSC. I will see how the question has been asked from the number system. Okay, so basically in the case of number system, we have to play with these numbers. Okay, and before before understanding these numbers, we have studied in school. There is a three thing, like basically any number can be assigned as a unit digit. Okay, so if I'm saying a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so these are what? These are a single digit number. So single digit number can be said as a unit. Okay, can be said as a unit. For example, 9. So at 9, if I'm saying 9, so 9 is a that is a unit digit number. Okay, then we have a tens. Okay, tens means what? We have a two digit number. So basically, for in case if I'm saying 20, so 20 means what? 0 is at a unit place and 2 at a 10 place. So that is a 20. Okay, then we have a, I'll say unit tens, and we have a 100. If I'll say, we'll take a 100. Okay, so when we are taking 100, it means what? 100, in case of 100, if we take suppose 150, so these 0 at a unit digit, 5 at a 100 digit, and 1 is at a 100 place. Okay, so these are the basic context, like unit digit, 10 digit, and 100 digits and 100 place. So unit place, 10 place, and we have a 100 place. So these three are the some number system. We have to see further also. Even there are the thousand also, the unit 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 lakhs. That is like this is the series. Okay. So we have understood what is unit, what is tens, what is hundred, and okay. So we'll move. Just a second. Okay. Let me simplify and we'll see how it goes. Okay. So for in case when I have written, like earlier I have written 9 in case. So 9 is what? 9 is a unit digit. I'm saying 9 is a unit digit. So if I say 9 is a unit digit, it means what? 9 can be written as a 9 into 1, because why I'm multiplying with the 1? Because it is at a unit place, at a like unit place. Okay. So 9 into 1 is 9. Okay. Then if I case like I have taken 20. Okay. So if I'm taking 20, so if at 20, what can be written? How it can be written as? This is at a unit place, and this is at a tens place. Okay. Unit and tens. So if I'm writing, so can I write as a 2 into 10? Okay. 2 into 10 plus then 0 with the 1. Okay. So how it will be? 20 plus 0, which is 20. Okay. So this is, we have simplified, like this is how it goes. Okay. For in case if we are taking 150, for in case if we are taking 150, so can I say at 0, 0 is what? It is a unit place. A 5 is written at a 10 place, and 1, and then 1 is written at what? 1 is written at a 100 place. 1 is written as a 100 place. Okay. So here if I am writing, so here it can be written as like 1 into 100 plus 5 into 10 plus 0 into 1. Can it be written as this? Okay. So can I write as this 100 plus 50 plus 0? Can it do the 150? Yes. So the way I have simplified this, this can be understood as a representation of numbers. This can be understood as a representation of numbers. This can be understood as representation of numbers. Okay. So okay. So if we let me clear. So if we understand talking about this number system, how the questions would be what are the syllabus or what are the topic that we are going to be studying the representation, like in the number system. The first thing is we are going to study about the representation of numbers. Okay, we can write also somewhere. We are going to study about the representation of numbers. Okay, we are going to study about the representation of number. Then we are going to study about the divisibility rule. Like we will study about divisibility. Okay, divisibility or divisible patterns. Okay, so for in case like we know 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we will take up some inference from these digits. How two would, if so anything to be written, for example 24. So we can understand about like if 4 at a unit place is divided by 2, then I can say 24 is divided by 2. Okay. So there are several rules, like if at a unit place, okay, if at a unit place there is a 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, then it is going to be divided by 2. Okay. For 3, if we are taking sum of all digit, if the sum of all digit divided by 3, then it is divisible by 3. For 4, if we are taking the last two digit, if the last two digit is divided by 4, then it is divided by 4. Okay. For in case of 5, when I'm saying in case of 5, see this would be the first session with respect to number system. So we are taking like a glimpse of the whole topic of the number system. Okay, what topic we are going to study in number system, what context we are going to study in this number system. So I'm just categorizing what we'll study in number system, what are the subtopic to be studied in the number system. In case of 5 we have a 0 and 5. So we know like if 50, so 0 and 5 is what? At the unit place. Okay, at a unit place, if there is at a unit place, if there is a 0 or a 5, then it is going to be divided by 5. Okay, so tell me 100 can be divided by 5, yes, because at a unit place we have a 0. Can be f65, yes, because at a unit place there is a 5, like, so it can be divided by 5. Okay, or in case if I'm writing if I'm writing 24, so at 4, if a 4 at a unit place, so the unit place we have to, like, at a unit place is a 4, yes, it can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 2. Can it again divide, can it divided by 4? Tell me, like, can it divided by 4? Yes, in case of 4, we have to take these two digits, like 24, so we have to take last two digits. If it is 824, then also, like, it can be divided by 4. The reason I have to take these two digits, last two digits, in case of 4. Okay, in case of 3, we have to take a sum of all digits. Okay, so sum of all digit means what? Like 2, 4, 6. So tell me, can it divided by 3? So that is 2, let me, 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 4, 6, 12. Yes, 12 is divided by 3. Yes. So can I say this is divided by 3? Yes. You can solve also, like 3 is a 24, like 3 to the 6. Yes, it can be divided. Okay. So no problem, like we have understood the some divisibility rules. However, this will be studied in the next class also, about divisibility patterns, divisibility rules, because this is a part of our topic also. Okay, so just a second. Okay. So for six we have 2 and 3. So anything which can be divided by 2 or 3, like, is going to be divided by the 6. Okay. For in case, like, if I'm taking 6 itself, so it divided by 2 and 3, so it divided by 6 also, yes. If I'm taking 12, so it is divided by 2, yes. It is divided by 3, yes. It divided by 6, yes. So anything which is divided by 2 or 3 both, the common multiple of like for 2 and 3, it can be divided by the 6 also. 7 has a different pattern, we'll see. In case of 8, like, we have to see last three digits. Like in the case of 4, we have taken last two digits. In case of 8, we have to take a last three digits. Okay, so if anything, like any number, we have to take the last three digit. If it is divided by 8, then it is going to be divided by, like, 8. Okay, so in case of 9, we have our divisibility rules, and it says if any, like, sum of all the digit, and it should be divided with the 9. Okay, so again, the 3 and 9 have a same pattern, same formula. The sum of all digits should be divided by 9. Okay, so this was like divisibility rule. We'll study in the, like, further classes also. So we have to study about, we have to take several questions on this topic, and this is also used to come in the examination. Third thing, we have to study a unit digit. There would be question on unit digit method. Okay, so there will be several questions based on the unit digit. We'll solve in the classes, and at the, like, when you're practicing, make sure that you're practicing these two questions more. Like, on the divisibility rules, on the unit digit method, there are definitely a question. So you will be seeing several questions on the divisibility and the like unit digit. Definitely, you will be seeing questions. Okay. So, and then we have some reminder method. Okay, we have a reminder method. We have a trailing zero. Like, we have to, they usually ask how many zero are at the end. Okay, so we will be seeing several questions on the trailing zero also. And some miscellaneous. Okay, miscellaneous means what? If miscellaneous means what? Like, if they have asked for some random question, but it is related to, like, related to your number system, so we'll consider those questions also. for the for the practice. Okay, so we can move to the basic part of the number system. Okay, so we have understood about the representation of numbers. Representation of numbers we have also can I write like this x y z if I'm writing? So can how you see this x y z? If I'm writing, I'm saying x y z is a three-digit number. If I'm assigning this a three-digit number, so what do you understand about this from this? How what do you understand about this? Okay, from this. So we see z as a unit place, y at a tens place. Okay, so can I write one? Let me write one here. Okay, so like at a unit place, at a tens place, at a hundred place. So can I write as 100x plus 10y plus z? Yes, that's simple. Okay, so this like bifurcation of the digits so that it can be easy for you to understand. So I have written like 100x plus 10y plus that. So even in the several question we have seen the divisibility rules. We have seen that in the case of x y z, if it is written x y z, so they can write let's three-digit number, and we are reversing, or any like we are reversing and you're getting new number. We are interchanging the first and last digit. First and last digit means x with the z and z with the x. We are not, suppose y is a zero, like second digit is a zero, so they can ask us several questions on like this also. Okay, so we'll see couple of questions on the representation of number. So talking about the classes would be like we'll taking like one classes, or like we'll club some classes also. So we'll taking some basic topics, and then like representation of combat disability, and these are the, and also if you prepare this topic very well. Okay, if you prepare this topic very well, you can definitely like there would be 8 to 9 questions to be seen from the number system if you prepare very well, so that you can easily at least get around like 7 to 8 question correct. Not 7 to at least 7 you can definitely correct. 7 into 2.5 you can definitely a good score. Like at 10 to 15 marks if you're getting, as you know that each question carry 2.5 marks. So if you're getting like if you're getting a 2.5 marks in each question as 17.5 marks. So if you're getting 15 also, then okay, you are like your work has been done from the number system. Okay, but the question is some tricky, so that you have to practice a lot. Okay, and we have seen that case of number system, that's in the last 2019 to 26 the question of the number system has increased a lot. Okay, so let's start the number system, the basic introduction of the number system that we have done. But now we have to be used to the numbers, prime number, whole number. We will like we have to become used to it. Okay, so firstly we'll see like we have understood about representation of numbers. Okay, we have understood about representation of numbers, like this we have discussed. Okay, uh, then let discuss with the natural number. What do you mean by natural number? Okay, so natural number means what? Any number, any number which start with the one. Any number will be starting with the one. Not should be negative, not should be a zero. Okay, so any number which are starting with the zero, like start with zero, sorry, start with the one, and later like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any number after one. Okay, considering one, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So any number after like 1, 2, 3, 4, but not considering a zero, not considering a zero, and not any negative number, not any negative number, not any negative number. Okay, so it means what? It means any number with any number, not any negative number. Okay, not any negative number will consider, and even we are not have considering a zero also, that is a natural number. So if an examiner they will ask Let consider x two digit number, two digit natural number, two digit whole number. Okay, the smallest whole number if they say, so it would be 0. So here in case of whole number, here in case of whole number, we are starting with the 0. In case of whole number, we are starting with the 0. Okay, but in case of natural number, we are starting with the 1. So natural number is a 1 from 1 or 1 onwards, and in the case of whole number, we have a 0 onwards. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Uh, then we have a prime number. Okay, then we have a prime number. So prime number, we have seen like in schools, we everybody knows aware about the prime number. Prime number are any number which are divided by itself and also divided by 1. Okay, so this, for in case like we have a prime number. Okay, so for prime number, for prime number, any number which are divided by itself. So any number which are divided by itself, this for in case 2, it can be divided by itself. It comes in two table, yes, 2 1s are 2, everybody know. It also come in ones table, 1 2s are 2. So here we have a 2, here we have a 2. It comes only in like in two table or two table, and also come in one table, nothing. Okay, so 2 can be considered as a prime number. 2 can be considered as a 2 can be considered as a prime number. Okay, 2 can be considered as a prime. Or in case 3, so if I'll say it come in one table, 1 3s are 3, it come in three table, 3 1s are 3. Okay, but if I'll say if I'm taking 4, okay, if I'm taking 4, so can it be like it can come in two table, it can come one table, it can come in four table. So a number which can come only one or itself, so that is a prime number. So okay, the smallest prime number is a 2. Okay, smallest prime number is a 2. Okay, so the smallest prime number is a 2. So we have like if we write, if you see, make sure that you write also. Okay, see, this is your second class with the me, and your like first class with the part of CSET. So we are not in hurry. We have to like get through 67 marks at any cost, but our student have to target around 80 plus. Okay, so you can definitely get through. Okay, that is not a big deal to like to get through with the CSET, but make sure you practice a lot. Okay, we practice a lot, and you are understanding the whole concept. So what is a prime number? Prime number is anything which divided by a number which like divide by itself and one also. So we can say like 2, 3, 5, 7. Can 9 would be there? No. Okay, can 9 would be, because in case of 9, we have like 9 come in one stable, two stable, three, one stable, three table, nine stable. So 9 also coming like in three tables, so it would be considered. Okay, then we have a 11, then we have a 13, 15, no, 15 cannot, 17, and so on. So prime number we are okay. See, why I'm focusing more like to make sure, because they have seen questions, so many questions, like in divisibility rule also, when we see the like questions of CSAT, you will be seeing, you will be getting to understand like we have to be used to with the prime number. Okay, if I'm saying smallest prime number, so you know two, smallest two digit prime number, 11, smallest. So you have to be get through, because 11 is the smallest two digit prime number. Okay, if I'm saying a two digit number from 11 to 20, a two digit like from prime number between 11 to 20. So you have to get through, like you have to understand 11, 13, 17, 19. But I'm saying if it is also, it should also be divided by 4. So you will be saying no, 11, 13, 17, 19. So now which number as can you tell me any number divided by 4? No, because prime number cannot divide by anything. Okay, it only divide by itself and like 1. So here no, Okay, if I'll say any number between 11 to 20, a prime number, any prime number between 11 to 20, which divided by 4. No, no number can be there. Okay, so now we'll move to the even and odd number. See, this will be taking a small, like a session, like your concept clarity. Okay, so tell me, what do you mean by even number? And then odd number, even number, and then we have odd number. Even number, any number which are to be divided by zero. Sorry, divided by two. Okay. So we can say if your last digit means your unit digit 24680. So if your last digit is if your last digit or like unit digit is a 24680, then it is going to be a even number. Okay. If your last digit is a odd, like if your last digit is not divided by 2, so it would be odd number. For in case 1357, last digit means what? Last digit means a unit digit. Okay, so 24680 is an even number. 13579 is what? 13579 is an odd number. Okay, so if your unit digit, if at any digit, for example, this is it. For example, 579. Tell me, is this a unit like even number or odd number? Odd number. 635, odd number. 439, odd number. 860, even number. So you have to just check a unit digit. Okay. So this is a even and this is a odd number. Then we have a rational numbers and then we have a irrational numbers. So there is a two concept. A rational, we have a rational and a irrational number. Rational number says if anything have a terminating end. Okay, but it should be a, if anything to be a terminating end, like what? Uh, it should be divided. Like if anything you are getting around, like I'm saying, if some like it is let's take 3/5. So we know like 5 6 are 30, so it would be 0.6. So you are getting after point also, but you are getting a single digit. Okay, after the decimal you are getting a single digit. But if in case like I'll say you 2/3, if I'm taking, it would be 3 6 are 18. So 0.6. Again you have a you have a 2. Okay. So again it would be like 0.6, 0.666. So you can write somewhere 7. So here we don't have a terminating end. Like it's a continuous chain. Okay. So this would be considered as an irrational numbers. Okay. And if I'm writing 3/5 and here getting a digit, so it would be considered as a, it would be considering as a rational numbers. Okay, so we have a rational numbers, we have a rational numbers, and we have a irrational numbers. Okay, okay, so we have understood the rational numbers, we have understood the irrational numbers. We have understood the rational number, we have understood the irrational numbers. Now we move ahead with the integers. What is an integer basically? Okay. So basically integers are any number, whether it would be negative also and positive also. So we can like in case of integers we can write like a 0, then -1, -2, -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a chain, this chain can be considered as an integer. So if any, we have this we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I'm considering from 1, it would be natural number. From 0, it would be whole number. If considering all, then it would be integer. Okay, then it would be integer. Okay, then it would be integer. Then it would be an integer. Okay, sure. So we have understood integer also. In integer, we can understand the proper fraction. What do you mean by proper fraction? If, for example, a has a like a, this is a numerator, this is denominator. Okay, that is given. So if a is greater, like if a is less than b, it means what? B is greater. So if is b is greater, so we can say this is a proper fraction. This is a proper fraction. Okay. If for in case if I'm writing 2 by 3, so here is what? This is great. Like with 3 is greater now. So 3 is greater. This can be considered as a proper fraction because here fraction would be there. Because if 0.677, you will get some fractions. Okay. So you in fraction like in 0 point you will be getting the answer. But improper fraction would be there what? If a is if in case of a divided by b, but here is what? Here a is greater than b. So if I write it 3 by 2, you will getting 1.5. Okay, you will be getting 1.5. Okay. So here is what? You are getting more than one answer. Like more than you are getting not here you are getting in point, 0 point. So here in zeros you are getting. Here you are getting like 1, 1.5, 1.2 for plus 1. So in case of proper fraction, there would be a less than 0. Like a question would be 0.6, 0. And in case of this like if improper fraction there will be always 1 or 1.2 1.5 or any even it can be 6 6.5 anything, so that will be proper fraction if like if a is less than if a is less than b. Okay, so that we are getting a proper fraction there would be, and if a is less than if a is greater than b, then it would be an improper fraction. Okay, so that is not nothing much use in our like in any of the questions, but of basic understanding we have got. Now, let's see prime number we have understood. Let's go for a co-prime number. What do you mean by co-prime number? Okay, so we have one more. We have a prime number. We have understood. We have a co-prime number. Okay. Hmm. Uh, let me write here. Just a second. We have a prime number. We have a prime number. We have like with the respect to prime number, we can go for a composite number. Then we'll see how what do you mean by co-prime number, and we have a twin prime. Okay, we'll see twin prime also. First, we'll see prime number. What do you mean by prime number? So, in prime number, considering we have seen like prime number is a which number divide by itself, a number which divide by itself, and also divide by the one also. That is a prime number. Composite number is what? Composite number, a number which has a more than two factors. A number which has a more than two factors. So here we can be like saying we can see, for example, factors means what? If I'm saying one factor are what? One into one, nothing, no extra no. Or in case of two, we can write 2 into 1 or 1 into 2. In case of three, 1 into 3, 2 into 1 into 2 into 1. Okay, but in case of four, what we can write? 1 into 4, 2 into 2, 4 into 1. Okay, so these are three factors. So composite numbers of any number which has more than two factors. So here we have a three factor. So we have understood prime number which are divided by itself, and then we have a composite number. So composite number start from basically a 4. So if any in the examination they may ask which is the smallest composite number. The smallest composite number can be seen as a 4. Okay, so like you can put in your brain like smallest composite number is a 4. And then also then after we have 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay. Uh, For 11, we don't have like 11 can be considered as a prime number, but cannot composite. Why? The reason because 1 into 11. and 11 into 1. These are two factors only. If anybody number have a more than two factors, then it can be only considered composite number. Okay. Or in case of 8 also, we can, for 8 we have, no, we have, for 8 what we can write, 1 into 8, 2 fours are 8, 4 twos are 8, 8 ones are 8, we have 4 factors. Okay. So here, if, in case of composite number, you want a number which should be more than, which has a more than two factors. Okay, which has more than two factors. Which has more than two factors. So we have understood composite number, we have understood prime number. Now let's move to the twin prime number. Twin prime number basically a nearby. If you will see 5 and 7, they both are prime number. Yes. If you see 11 and 13, they both are prime number. If you see 17 and 19, they both are prime number. But you can say, sir, even 3 and 5 is also prime number. Yes, yes, I can say. Tell me, like, 2, 3 is also a prime number. Yes, 2, 3 is also prime number. And now, in case of 2, 3, 3 minus 2 can be considered, it would be 1, but not 2. Here, 7 minus 5 is 7. If you minus 7 minus 5, it would be 2. 13 minus 11 would be a 2. 19 minus 17, 19 minus 17 would be a 2. So if we are like, if we are the two prime number, if we are subtracting the two prime number, if the I'll say if the difference between the two prime number is a 2, then it can be considered as a twin prime. Okay, so if an examiner they may ask you which considering the two prime twin prime number between 11 to 20, so they may give you a range also. Okay, so see, this all we are understanding, we are having, like, we have concept of clarity between these numbers. The reason when we start solving questions in the upcoming classes, then we don't have a time to revise the earlier, like, this concept again. Okay, so now I'm focusing more on this concept so that you have a time, you can you have a clarity of digits, basically clarity of digits, so that it would be easy for you to solve in the exams also, solve for the practice also. Okay, so we have understood this. Okay, for in case if I'm so we have seen, like, if the difference between the two prime number is 2, then it considered as a twin prime, can be considered as a twin prime. Okay, so now we'll see. Then we have a one more, that is a co-prime number. Okay, so co-prime basically a number which do not have any, like, their HCF would be always a 1. Like, again, so you understand one thing, a co-prime means what? There will be two number. Okay, when we are considering co-prime, we have to take a two number. So for example, if I'm taking here, when I'm talking about a co-prime number, any number question can I take for it, whether it is a prime or not. Okay, so for example, if I'm taking 4 and 9, they both are not a they both are not a prime number. Okay, they both are not a prime number. So if they both are not a prime number, so can when I write 4 by 9, so we are saying if their factors, or when they divide, so their HCF would be always 1, highest common factor would be always 1. So those the number which do not divide them, like if I'm writing 8 and 15, so there also be, like, we cannot divide this in this. Okay, so co-prime number, any number which is not divide, like, basically not they do not divide each other. Okay, so there are a lot of number between the co-prime numbers. Okay, eventually we have not seen so many contexts with the co-prime number, so many questions with the co-prime number. Okay, so we have we have get through. If you want, you can write this also. Smallest prime number is a 2, and smallest, like, co-prime number is a 1. So smallest prime number every, like, is a 2, and the co-prime number is a 1. Okay, So I think we have we have concluded with the part of the number system, that is basic number system, that is going to be needed for the for basic understanding of clarity of your solving the questions. Okay, so basic understanding you need for this, that is the natural number, whole number, prime number. So let me ask you some couple of question now. Let me have you understood or not? What is a natural number? Natural number, any number which start with the one. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 is a natural number. If we add a zero, like if we start from zero, then it is a whole number. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and until last it is a whole number. If we add negative also, then it is going to be integers. -4, -3, -2, -1, 0. Okay, then it is going to be integer. Odd number is what? In the last digit is not divided by 2. Last digit is not divided by 2. Okay, so it is what? 42 if I'm writing. So digit is not divided by 2. Okay, uh, if it is divided by 2, however in case of 42 it is divided by 2, so it is going to be even number. If I'm saying 43 not divided by 2, then it is a odd number. So in case of even and odd, we can see a unit digit. If you can go like this also. If you see a unit digit as a 13579, then it is an odd number. If you see a unit digit as a 24680, then it is a even number. Okay. Then we have also seen rational number, irrational numbers, prime number, co-prime number, and twin prime, and we have also seen composite number. The difference between prime and composite number is what? Prime number has a two factors, and the composite numbers have a more than two factors. Okay, more than two factors. Now we'll see some rules related to the even and odd number. Okay, there are several rules to be understand, and this if you understand these rules, if you understand these rules, you can easily get through you can solve some couple of questions. But if you're not solving so many questions, so it would be difficult for you. Okay, so these are if we understand the rules of the even and odd, so it can be easy to understand the questions in the real exam. We can do, okay, we can do easily, and it would be doable in the exam. Because when you solving the some rules related to this, when you understand, so it can be helpful in the real examination. Okay, so we have a even so it can be, there's several rules for the addition, so several rules for the subtraction, several rules for the multiplication and division. So if you are saying even plus even is always going to be even number. Okay, so even if I'm taking 2 4, so always 6. If I'm saying 6 plus 8 13, so even plus even is always a even number. Okay, odd plus odd plus odd is what? Is a even. The reason, if you are saying 1 plus 1, always a 2. If 1 plus 3 4, again even. If 3 plus 5 8, again even. Okay, so if we consider even, like odd plus odd is going to be good, always a odd. Okay, odd plus odd is always going to be a odd. Okay, then we have a even plus odd. Even plus odd. Then we have a even plus odd. So if we take even plus odd, is always going to be odd. How? Even we consider even 2 plus 1, 3, 2 plus 5, again 7, it is odd. 5 plus 3, okay, we have to take a even. Okay, so 8 plus 3 11, again it is odd. Okay, so if we take 2 plus 1 or any, so it would be, here we have understood even plus odd. So even plus odd is what? It is going to be odd on this. Okay, and odd plus odd odd plus odd, odd plus odd. Sorry, we have taken this. We'll take odd plus even now. Odd plus even is always going to be odd. How? Let's see. Odd is what? We'll see 3. Okay, we'll see 3. Uh, if we take here, let's take 2. So 3 plus 2 is what? 5. If we say we take 5, 5 plus 4, again 9, 9 is again odd. So if we are taking odd plus even, so it is definitely going to be odd. Okay, so you don't have to ratta this, but at least a basic clarity should be even. Even is going to be even, even. Odd, odd is going to be take even. So odd plus odd, even plus odd, even plus odd. So if you're like putting even plus, so let's like when you're solving or when you not able to like you cannot rectify the formula, but you should take some digit in your mind. 1, 2, 1 plus. Okay, for example, 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is going to 3. So 1 is what? Odd. 2 is even. So odd plus even is going to odd. Okay. Odd plus even is what? Odd. So that was some basic with respect to the addition of the even and odd numbers. Okay. So now in case of subtraction, if we take subtraction, even minus even minus even. Let me take just a second. Okay. So if we say even minus even is what? Is going to be even again. Okay. So in case of even minus even, we there would be a even only. So for example, 8 minus 2 is 6. 10 minus 2, 8. 10 minus 4, 6. So even minus even always would be even. Odd minus odd, odd minus odd, odd minus odd is going to be even. So like if you are getting if you're getting one thing here, even even odd odd, but even odd odd even. So if we add odd or minus odd, there would be even. If we add even or minus even from even itself, then it is a even. Okay, even odd is always even odd is always odd. Okay, even odd is always odd, whether we are subtracting or like adding. Okay, so we have like that was a like quick understanding from this context. We have seen like even if even would be added with the even, then is definitely a even. Okay, if odd plus odd is going to be even, let me write like this. So what if you whether you are adding, whether you are adding or subtracting from even to even, it is going to be always even. So if two even, whether it is subtracting or like subtracting or adding, it is always even only. If two odd, whether it is subtracting or like adding, it is always be even. And one even and one odd, plus minus. So if you are doing anything, adding or subtracting, is going to always be a odd. Or you are writing odd minus even plus minus, then also odd. Okay. So if you want, you can write in a like box like this. It would be more easier. Okay. Now we'll go with the multiplication and the division context. Okay. I would need to like I have to erase this part. Okay. Now we have to go with the multiplication and the division context with the even odd. Okay. So multiplication and the division. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Sure. So now will go with the multiplication and division. So firstly we'll go with the like multiplication part. So multiplication is what? even into even. Again 2 even. So what? Even. Odd into odd is what? Odd. So let's see also, like I will see. Let's consider even this part. Okay. So even into even means what? 2 into 2. Again 4. 4 into 2. 8. These two are what? Even. And the next, the number coming is also even. Okay. Like 6 into 2. 12. Okay. This number, this is a even, this is also even, and this is also even. So if we are taking 2 even, when we multiply 2 even, is going to be even only. If we multiply 2 odd, 2 odd means what? 3 into 3, let's see. So it would be what? 9. Again, it is a odd only. Okay. Okay. So when we are taking 3 into 3, it is a odd. Or in case if I am taking 5 into 5, 25. This is again a, this is again what? This is again a odd number. So when we are taking any even, even into even is going to be even, and or if we are taking odd into odd, then it is also be a odd. Okay. So like the difference basic, like odd into odd. Firstly, in case of addition and subtraction, whenever when we used to multiply, when we used to multiply odd plus odd, or like odd minus odd. So when we, but in case of multiplication, initially we used to do two odds, addition of two odds. So it's going to be odd only. But multiplication case, in case two odd, we have a odd. Okay. So that is the basic, like the difference that we are getting. Even into even into odd, even into odd is what? Even. And odd into even, again even. Okay. So even into what is a even, and odd into even is also even. So we are getting one thing, like on understanding this part. If we have a two even, we have a two odd. Okay. Let me like summarize these three at least. Uh, just a second. Let me summarize at least. Addi- Let me summarize this part for you. Plus, or like addition part, subtraction part, multiplication part. These three parts first. First, we have taken even plus even. So it is always a even only, whether we are taking plus or minus. So if we are even plus even is even. Okay. Even plus even is even. Even minus even is a even. So even is going to be even only. Odd minus is what? Is going to be even only. So whether we are plus or adding or subtracting the odd from odd, or even from even, is going to be even only. Okay. Okay. But if we have a two, like one even, one odd, or I'm saying vice versa, then also then would be odd. This was the that we have taken the from the addition part. If I'm saying in case of like multiplication, in case of multiplication, when two even multiply, it even, yes, there is no problem. Okay. When two even multiply, there is even no problem. But in case of multiplication with the two odds, there is a odd. Here we have a new thing to learn. That is, when we multiply two odds, for example, 3 into 5, 15, we got. This is again what? This is an even number. Okay. This is an even number. So we have understood. If we are multiplying even into odd, if we are multiplying even with the odd, is definitely is what? Here we have a even. And if whether odd multiply with even or even multiply with the odd is going to be the similar. Like multiplication cannot be changed now. Like if I'm multiplying 2 with the 3 is a 6. If I'm 6 with the like if I multiply 3 with the 2, 3 with the 2 is again 6. So if we are replacing this part, like this, the position of the two multiplying numbers, so even they can't be like they cannot change the value, actual value. Okay, so it is always a even. Okay, so now we'll go with the like division part. Let me frankly tell you, like considering these contexts, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, usually do not come in the examination, but this knowledge, if you have, you it becomes easy to you understand to solve some questions. Okay, so like let's go for the division factors or divisions. So we have like even, divide with odd. First, let's like we'll go with the further like as we started. So we'll go for the even plus even and even odd. So the first thing that we usually in a case of division, if even if even divided with the odd is going to be even always. Okay, so like here the even odd divided by odd is a even. Okay, so these two like we have to understand. Let me take an even number for you. Okay, so I'll be taking even. In case of even, what should I let's take 8. So 8 divided by any even number. If I'm taking even number, what would be divide 18, so 18 divided by 9, let's say. So 2 is an even number. Yes, let's take 27. 27 divided by odd number 9. Okay, so this is also odd number, this is also 27 odd. Okay, so odd divided by odd is what? Is a even here. Okay, sorry, odd only. We have written like even there. So odd divided by odd would be what? So we have a odd here, we have a odd here, we have taken this odd and we have taken this odd. So when odd divided with the odd is going to be odd only. When even divided with the odd is going to be even. Okay, so even if there would be one even is going to be odd, like is going to be even if both odd then odd. Okay, let's see now the case of even and if we have a even divide with the even. So even divided with the even is sometimes can be odd or also even. Okay, so it can be like for if I'm taking like even. So if I'm taking 8 divided by like if I'm taking 2, let's say. So we have a 4. Okay, but 8 divided by what? 8 if you're 18 divided by what? 18 divided by 6. 6 is 18. So here we have a odd also, like the we are if even divided by even we are getting even also but odd also. Okay, so we have like understood this also. When we have taken, let's take this part like odd divided by even. So generally not a whole number, because if we divide the odd by the even number, generally we have seen a less than 0 or like it's not a odd number. Usually we get some other than whole number. Okay, so usually odd divided by even, when odd divided by even, it's not whole number. Let's take also some like 15 divided by any even number. If I'm writing odd in case of odd, let's 45. So 45 divided by like if I'm 8, it is not going to be 8 for the 14. So not a whole number, not whole number. If you take any number here, is going to be a not a whole number. Okay, so we have taken division also. Okay, so what we have done far yet, like in this class, we have taken the some basic introduction for the like number system, the core concept of number system. we haven't solved any questions. The reason I will take the questions in the next class. It was the whole conceptual class. Okay, so though people in the further classes, if they stuck in any question related to number system, they have to watch the video again, because is this in this video we have summarized the everything that is needed for the number system at the at least the basic concept of the number system. So we have understood how do we have to represent unit, digit, tens. We have understood we have taken the prime number, odd number, even number. We have understood how the even plus odd. So if any case even plus odd, like if we add two even is whether you are adding, whether you are multiplying, whether you are multiplying or whether you are subtracting, like plus, minus, multiply. Two even is always going to be even. Two odd, if you are multiplying two odd, so two odd is odd, but two if you are adding two odd or subtracting two odd is always a even. Okay, even plus odd is always a even plus odd is a what, is a odd. Even minus odd is odd. Okay, odd minus even is again odd. Okay, if odd, so it means what, even plus odd, even odd plus even minus odd or odd minus even is always the whole. If we have a even, odd, if plus minus anything is always to be a odd. Okay, is always would be a odd. Okay, in case of multiplication, if even into odd is even, odd into even is always even, but even into even, odd into odd are even number. Okay, odd into odd is a odd number. Okay, so we have tried to this the second class that we have taken this, it was the introduction part of the number system. We haven't the clarity, the concept needed for the number system we have discussed. And from the next class we will solve some couple of questions on the basis of representation of number, and then further we'll move with the divisibility rule and we'll solve several question others. Okay, so hope you have understood the class. Okay, you have understood the class. Make sure that you read that we have discussed that we have discussed in the class with concept, with the concept clarity. You understand? Okay, you understand and solve so much questions so that you can at least get through a 67 marks. And if you solve so many questions, the CSAT is very easy and you can do. Okay, it is doable. The major reason why I have taken number system first, because it constitutes around 7 to 8 questions. So if anything considering 8 questions, the priority should be to understand this chapter, a very to make sure strong this chapter at least. Okay, this topic. Okay, hope you have understood this session and we'll meet in the next class. Thank you. Have a good day.